Guys, my name's Lupe. This is Jasenia. Welcome to Spooky Tales and Cocktails. And Jasenia's gonna tell us what this channel is gonna be about.
Hi, yes, thank you, Lupe. So in this channel is basically we're going to be talking about spooky tales, paranormal experiences, urban legends, things that are happening today. And the fun part is that we're going to be able to have some cocktails. Today I made bucanas with pineapple and cranberry juice, and it's very delicious. How about you?
I did a Red Bull Sunrise. I'm gonna be linking the little video recipe how to make it right here. So stay tuned for that. But mine has salsa gold.
Awesome.
But today's episode is gonna be about John Wayne Gacy. And Jasenia's gonna start off with telling us a little bit about the bio, how like his life and stuff like that. Go ahead and
Yeah. Okay, so basically he was born as John Wayne Gacy Jr. He was born on March 17th of 1942, blue-collar family. He still had his two parents, Edna and John Gacy Sr., two sisters, which is Joanne and Karen. What I researched is an interview with his sister Karen, how he talks about their childhood and kind of like where he started acting a little funny. Okay, so here I go. So basically she said he was a serious boy, and dad he always wanted him to be quiet. Like, he didn't like how he was because he always wanted to be in the kitchen cooking, and dad wanted him to be, like a macho man, fishing, hunting. The dad was an alcoholic, so every time he was super drunk, he ended up beating them with a razor strap, and then it's like leather, and basically it's like what it polishes off the barber razor, so you know how thick leather belt has to be. And so let's see, hold on, I'm sorry. So at 13 years, that same sister, Karen, found girl panties in his room, in his closet, and she told the mom. And then the mom started noticing that he had a fetish, and the mom asked, like, "Where'd you get these panties from?" And he's like, "Oh, they're not mine." And then another big event was when he was 17. He had a big fight with his dad. And so what he ended up doing, Gacy saved up money, bought a car, and went to Las Vegas, and he started working at a mortuary there. And he had to do something with the bodies. It wasn't like an embalmist or a mortician. No, it wasn't that. But he was working with the dead bodies. And then a year and a half later, he came back home. He was already 22 years old at this time. And he manages a shoe store. And while he's managing the shoe store, he marries his first wife and has two kids. And then they move to Waterloo, Iowa, where his father-in-law gave him a KFC to manage.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
And here he starts developing his urges of sadism. Which sadism means a disorder where sexual urges are gratified by inflicting pain on others. And at that time, he was charged with sodomy of two teenage boys. And himself, he had told his parents and his family that he was set up by another politician man, because he was running for the opponent's office.
Yeah.
And whatever. Basically, it was the politician's man's son that was setting him up, that was charging. But basically, at the end, he was charged the max sentence of 10 years and he got off within 18 months because he was a
They,
model prisoner.
they put him on parole, didn't they?
What was that?
They put him on parole, didn't they?
Yeah, and they put him on parole. Yeah. The family always thought he was innocent with that first crime. And the wife divorced him. He never got to see his kids again. And then after that, within that 3-month span, his father dies of cirrhosis. And then so he decides to move back to Chicago with his mom, and they buy a ranch house.
Yeah.
And then he starts a construction business, and it becomes successful. And he's an active Democratic Party
Yeah.
person. Yeah. And then at this time, while he's involved in the political stuff, he marries the sister's childhood friend, which is the lady that's getting interviewed, Karen, the sister. And she was shocked. She was just like, "That's my childhood friend. Like, what? Why are you marrying her?"
No.
And
yeah.
so basically, he's 29 years old now. And then this is when he picks up a teenage runaway, and it's 1972, and this kid's name is Tim McCoy. So he picks him up at a bus station, and now the boy's missing. Comes out in the news, and the sister like made a remark like, "Oh my God, I hope they find this teenage boy." And then he just makes like an a-holy remark saying, "Well, I wouldn't have just shot I would have just shot the bastard." And that was the beginning of his crimes.
Yeah. Well,
Right?
and I got the interview because I was watching the interview where he was getting interviewed, and he was basically denying all the killings, saying that he never committed murder, and he never did such thing. And like you said, he kept saying that he got set up, when in reality, it's like he would contradict himself a lot, because he would say he wouldn't kill him, and then the next thing he would explain how he died. It's like, if you don't know, then why are you explaining how this person died? Because he says that supposedly that's what he was told, but not exactly. Like, it's what they saw him. They saw. I mean, and like you said, Tim McCoy, he was found inside his home, inside the crawl space in his attic, and his supposedly why he killed him, when he denied he didn't kill anybody and he doesn't remember. He supposedly said that he killed Tom McCoy because Tom McCoy was gonna come at him with the knife and stab him. So as self-defense, he supposedly said that he defended himself from getting stabbed by him, and he ended up killing him and storing him in the scrawl space of the attic where they found all the bodies. And not all the bodies, but some of the bodies.
How many bodies?
They said it was 26 or 27 inside of the home, and then 2 outside of the home. One was outside in the front, and the other one was somewhere around the property.
Oh my God, and then the rest were just shoved in the crawl space?
Yeah, but the thing is that they never found all the bodies. Well, they found all the bodies, but the remainings of the other people weren't identified because they were just bones. And they also have a page down, like, for people that want to look for bodies from the time that he killed to... They did, like, a little time frame to when he started killing, 1978 to, I think, 1976. They posted, like, a webpage where you're able to send in your DNA and find your loved one if you were looking for your loved one within that time frame.
Oh, because the skeletons were too decomposed?
Yeah. It was bad.
Oh my God.
But the way he would lure his victims is basically stalking them, like following them or having them work for him. Because like you said, at that time he had companies. He didn't also have construction. He also had his own like painting company where he was a painter and also a person that would decorate like homes and stuff with painting it though. And that's how he met some of his victims. Some of the workers worked for him. Some of them, not all of them. Some of them were just like random people he'll find in the street and stalk them, and then lure them to his house and just murder them. And he
Okay, so
how does what?
oh, sorry, how does the clown come in?
The clown comes in because he says that that was his way of unwinding. That was his way of like forgetting about stuff, and that's his hobby. He was saying that clowning was his unwinding, and it would relax him. But which is crazy too when you were telling me is that that you said the other victims. It's crazy because every victim that he had, he was he was I don't know if I'm allowed to say it, but he was a rapist. Because the way they
Yeah,
would
I guess he was
he was accused of sexually, you know, abusing his victims. Not all of them that were his victims, all the bodies that they found, he raped them before he murdered them.
boys.
Yeah, it was literally young boys and men only that he would murder. No woman, no nothing. It was just young men and boys. And you know what? Did you know that he was bisexual? In the interview, he said he was bisexual, but he was more pleasured. He felt pushed more towards women than men. But then the way that I'm viewing things, I don't really think he was bisexual. I think he was more on the like gay side. I have nothing against gay people, but he was more on liking boys and more women. Because like you said, that was his way of his sexual needs. Because he raped them and then he murdered them.
Maybe you think it was like a dominance against like his dad because his dad was such a
Mm-hmm.
abuser as well, like basically hitting him like
Yeah, he
severely.
talked about his dad. He was
That's crazy.
basically like they say it in Spanish.
Oh,
He
he
was
did?
a machista. Yeah, he was a machista,
Oh shit.
and like
That's
you said,
insane.
um, but yeah, Gregory was one of the victims. He worked for him in
Mm-hmm.
1976. He said that they portrayed him as a monster after the whole incident, and in his and which is crazy because, like I said, he still denies the killings or killing anybody. And
Yeah, because he looked like a normal person, right? To those people, to the
yeah,
people around him.
hmm
Oh my god.
and he had 13 defenses. The six I mean 13, and then
Offenses?
six defenses, and then seven state like offenses que cometió, like seven from the. Oh no, what is it called? How do you say that freaking word?
Offenses?
No, no, no. It's not offenses. It's like psychiatrist. He had 13 psychiatrists. He had six from the.
No
He
manches.
had six from. He had seven from the state and six that he had to get on his own. And what they came up with is that he has a borderline personality and he's an antisocial.
Then that's crazy because the siblings, like they like never, like I guess they had a little bit of a suspicion after that, but they're like, I would never, like I don't want anybody to think that we're like my brother, you know. It's like I would have never had the mentality as his sister, and that's what she was saying, that she was shocked, and you know, like I wonder how he actually developed that
Mm-hmm.
sickness. That's insane.
Probably with all he had to go through. I mean, he also didn't have a good life either. He went through a lot of family trauma, especially with his dad.
Yeah, his
His
dad
his
was
dad was a
a
yeah, narcissist, bad narcissist.
mhm.
But yeah, and also they have a museum. I don't know if you looked into that, but there's also a museum they specially created where all his paintings, like where he would paint himself, and his credit cards, his debit cards, his typewriter. He even made a book that I believe they have it in the museum or something like that. But yeah,
You think you think that museum is haunted? There's like paranormal experiences there?
probably because of all his stuff. All his stuff has his basically su energy, but it's
Mhm.
that's
I
scary.
know.
The way everything
Do we
ended
know
too.
how?
Huh?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask you. Like, do we know how he passed away?
Oh yeah, he died because they gave him a lethal injection. But
Wow.
before they killed him, he was baptized before he got murdered.
Is that what his wish was?
Yeah, to get baptized. And that's how it went on with his life and stuff. I mean, he tried to fight it off, but they couldn't fight it off because there was so much proof of so much things that he did and all the murders. Like one after another body after another body after another body. Like all the bodies started adding up once they found it basically in his garage. And then one was found in the driveway of the bodies.
And the driveway, did it have cemento or was it just like dirt? I wonder.
You know, he would put that lime
Oh,
for the bodies.
oh, like the concrete on there?
The lime. You know the lime? I believe it's the lime oxide. I don't know. He got it because he was asking this one contractor that works in houses and how to like get rid of like odors and stuff. And this one guy told him, well, if you put lime on it, like not the actual lime, the powder. There's like a lime powder. I don't know. I believe it's the lime oxide. That's what it is. And he would put it on the body so it won't smell.
Yeah, how come like nobody ever noticed the smell? So he already
No,
had
yeah, nobody
his good stuff planned.
Yeah, nobody noticed the smell because he had it planned. Like he was smart about his killings. He wasn't dumb. Every time he committed a murder, you know, he was able to hide it in his house, like literally dig up holes and store the bodies in his garage that he had. They found a lot of bodies in the crawl space. And then some in his property. That's why like there was so much bones and so much like scattered everywhere that they weren't able to really have the DNA. The only way they would find the DNA is by the bones. So a lot of people had to do like tests to find their loved one.
Like forensics and
the
stuff?
sad part is that
God.
some of the loved ones that had, you know, some of the people that died that had loved ones didn't really claim them as missing people. So he wasn't dumb either, because he would get people that weren't, their family really didn't care about them as much. Or they probably did, but they wouldn't pay attention.
God.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Oh my God, that's crazy. I got the address for the house. If people want to research it or Google it, can I say?
Yeah. Go ahead.
So it's 8213 West Summerdale Avenue. That's all I got. I think it's like in Chicago, Illinois, or around Illinois. And they, after obviously they took down the house, they didn't burn it down, but they took it down, and then they rebuilt a house on top of it, and ever since then it's been getting resold. I mean, that's the only thing I learned.
Yeah,
so it's been sold multiple times.
Who would want to live in a murder house? That's scary.
I wonder if there's like a bunch of...
This kind of reminds me of the show American Horror Story. I don't know if you ever seen it. There's like this one episode where they talk about like that all the ghosts that get murdered, they stay there. They don't leave, and they murder other people inside the house.
I think the first season. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Every time you get murdered on the property, your soul stays there.
Yeah, and you don't leave. So I don't know who would want to live there. I wouldn't want to live there. That's not even. I don't know.
I know that.
That's not even sane for me to even live there unless like you're a person that likes haunted shit. I mean stuff.
No. Oh, so yeah. So basically. We covered most of his heinous acts.
Yeah, and they also have a Netflix show. I was watching it yesterday, but I fell asleep. It's called John Wayne Gacy. It's on Netflix. That's how they have it. And they talk about everything, how it first started and everything. So you guys, if you guys want to know about the clown murder, go on Netflix. Or if you don't have Netflix, go on YouTube. You'll find it. You'll find the interview I'm talking about. And the interview she's talking about with the sister. But yeah, it's
The sister? Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, I did. I'm sorry. My mind's
you
somewhere.
did cover
I
this.
did find it on Netflix too. hmm Yeah, so Killer Clown John Gacy Jr. What was his nickname?
Oh, they had
Bogo the Clown?
Pogo the Clown and Patches, but that's he got those nicknames because one when he was an actual clown and the other one when he was just a charity clown. Cuz he would do charity for kids that were in the hospital and he'll just go dressed up as a clown. And the other one was
Oh my
regular,
goodness.
which Pogo, and then Patches the clown. And it's crazy because he was around a lot of kids. That's the most scariest thing. Like, I don't even know how.
Exactly. What if
It's
that was like a fetish of his too? That's insane.
it is, but who knows? Only he knows. Well, at least towards the end. I mean, I
Amen.
guess he. Well, to be honest, I don't know. I don't know if you ever do change. You know, like once a murder, always a murder. Who knows? But
I hope so, but I'm glad he's not here anymore because we're done with another crazy person.
yeah.
But yeah, this episode's about killer clowns.
It is.
So,
We're gonna go on an actual, like, paranormal experience that happened to Jasenia, right? And her husband,
yes,
Leo.
I'm sorry, guys. Yes, guys, we're still waiting on you guys to send us your paranormal experience. Hopefully, you guys can stop being shy. And the email is spooky letter N cocktails@gmail.com. We'll be gladly to share your story. Again, like I've said before, you guys can be anonymous or you can actually give your names out, whatever you want. But yeah, this recently happened not to me, but to my husband. We've been hearing things in the house here and there, just normal. Well, no, I guess it's not normal. I don't know. But like little whispers or like little shadows in the corner of our eyes kind of thing. But basically, I sent Lupe the video, so I'm excited for you guys to see it and what you guys think, because then again, I sent her the video the next night and my camera was clear. Okay, let me tell you what. November 2nd, it was like at 1:46 a.m. My husband, he started hearing a conversation. He thought it was like, okay, so we live like next to an alley and the main street, like it's like our little corner house. And he was like, we live in the ghetto too, so sometimes it's bums. But anywho, so he's looking at all the corners of the windows and he can't see anything because there's whispering. You don't know, well, not whispering, but you can hear there's like a full-on conversation going on, but you can't hear what it's saying, I guess, according to him, because he's the one that heard it. And then he's checking on the cameras because we have cameras on each side corners of the house, and he can see it through his phone. So while he was in the bed, he checked, and then after that, he woke me up. I was sleeping, and then he was like, "Look at this," and I was like, "Ah." Anywho, you can literally see it's like they come in and out, like you can kind of see like a mist, like a white mist, like white little mists, or I don't know, and then at some point it looks like a person to me, but then you see like a kind of couple of them show up at the corner right here by the alley. So I was like, what the fuck, are we really seeing this? And basically I was like, oh my god, this is so awesome. I can share it with Lupe so she can share it on here with everybody else and see what they think, because I sent her the second video the same night. It wasn't the same time, but it was like, maybe it was like a cobweb or something, and no, it wasn't, because I told her, I'm like, look, There's nothing on this video. And I don't know. Let me see what you guys think when she posted on here, and it was very.
It's very clear.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's clear too. That's why I was like, you know.
It is.
And then it was November 2nd, so that's the Day of the Dead. So I'm thinking to myself, because there used to be some lady that she was a bum. I don't know if she was on drugs or anything. And she would always scare, like, there was one time, it was the middle of the night, and I heard someone like, help, he's killing me. But no, we saw the cameras, and we could see it was a lady. But she's done that during the day too, at random times when I'm off. Sometimes I'll be sitting, listening, and she goes again, help, and I thought I misread what he said. I thought he said screaming. And then in this little alley, there's 2 restaurants. So there's 2 restaurants right here, the alley, and my house, and a bunch of other little houses. And in the middle, it's like a little, like, there's parking lots obviously behind the restaurants, and there's like a little tree. And then in that tree, they had hung, I guess someone passed away there. And from what I've heard, it was, a bum. I feel bad saying bum, but, a person that lived in the streets. And I was like, what if it was that person? Or, I don't know. You never know, but that's just what I think. But obviously, I don't know what really happened.
And
that's what was
going on.
How
did he realize
head.
that though? Like, he heard all that noise? That's how he realized it and checked the cameras, or what made him check the cameras?
So the thing is, here, since we live in an alleyway, we've been, so see, this is the thing, like, it's not only him, like, it's me too. Like, we hear like something, I don't know what it is. You can't, well, I can barely hear what the hell is going on, but like, it's like what he says, people having conversations. And I've woken up in the middle of the night too, and I'm like, no, this is not happening. And then I'll be like, I'll turn away or try to go back to sleep, or I'm too tired. But what fascinated me is that he actually caught it on camera, so that was kind of cool. Yeah. Well, I don't know if it's cool, but yeah.
That's scary.
I know. But yeah, I mean, hopefully someone.
So he believes in ghosts now? No, I'm just kidding.
He didn't really until he moved in with me. He's like, hey, a bunch of stuff is happening. But I know that he has had his own before he moved in with me. But he's just like, doesn't really like talking about it, because then people think they're crazy. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, yeah, guys.
Yeah.
This is episode 3. Thank you guys very much for watching and staying tuned with us.
I know. Like, share, and subscribe, and send us your experiences, or someone else that you've heard it from. We don't care.
Yeah, just send us something to our email, which is spookytales_cocktails@gmail.com. If not, we have an Instagram. You could also message us there, and it's spooky tales.
Yeah, that's an easier way. Mm-hmm.
It's spookytales_cocktails, and you could just private messages and let us know your story of what happened, or any paranormal experience, or any little video you captured that happened to you. Send it to us, and we'll post it on this podcast. Oh
yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah, but that's it for today.
Too. Yeah.
Yeah. That's it for this podcast, guys. Thank you guys for watching us.